Coming up on Wednesday's Daily Clone, why Iowa State football is subbing so much, and is it affecting the rhythm of the team? And then we talk to the men's basketball squad before their second regular season game. TJ Otzelberger explains why Nate Heise is the team's defensive captain. All of that after a word from Fareway.
We know that carrying your groceries out to your car seems a bit old school, that saying hello and asking about your day feels like a thing of the past. Being best at fresh, it's not just a fad. Serving high-quality meat at affordable prices? Talk about a throwback. But at Fareway, that's kind of our thing. Because some things never go out of style. Friendly at Fareway. It's more than just a name.
Welcome into the Northwest Bank Studios for the Daily Clone here on a Wednesday, presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery. With no game at Jack Trice Stadium this weekend, it's a good opportunity for you to hit up your local Fareway, buy some meat, and have a nice grill out with a great day of college football on Saturday. Thank you to Fareway for their partnership with us here at Cyclone Fanatic. If you've been watching Iowa State football the past few weeks, you've seen a lot of new faces on the field. And if you look at the Pro Football Focus reports, Iowa State is subbing more and more than they really ever have in the past at this point in the season. Matt Campbell chalks most of that up to injury.
Well, I don't know what I did to the football gods, but probably wasn't very, somewhere down the line. The injury piece of it is, this is 2 years in a row where it's been really challenging, and that's part of football, and that's part of the sport we play, and especially here, and so I think one of the things that I'm really proud of is, man, the guys that are going into the game, the youth that's being forced to play, kind of like last year, it's a lot of positions, and man, those guys are stepping in ready to play football. I think that to me is one of the great saving graces of where we're at. I think it's one of the great, as we'll get through this and get ourselves where we need to be and want to be, one of the great opportunities is the amount of guys that are getting to play quality reps right now in some critical moments and critical opportunities. And whether it's a success or a failure, you feel like these guys keep growing forward. And I don't see many of our guys in our football program taking steps back right now, and that part's really encouraging for myself and I think our staff.
Even with those substitutions, Campbell doesn't think that it's hindering his team's rhythm.
I don't. I think some of the challenges of, what we've had to go through this year probably have that team rhythm that we have to play in have been a real challenge, at least over the course of the last 4 weeks. And, those aren't excuses, those are realities. And it's forced guys to have to step in. And, when we win football games here, we win as a team. We're playing in rhythm offensively, defensively, and on special teams. And, we have been a hair off in some of those areas. And some of those areas are due to some really tough injuries that, guys that had experience were executing at a really high rate, and now there's some, there have been some new guys that have had to go in and work through it. So, yeah, those aren't excuses; those are realities, and that's where coaching's got to be great, and we got to do a great job of helping those guys be their best. So, those are our responsibility. And again, I know I said this last week. It's why they call you a team. You got to win with team football, and that's how we'll win. It's how we'll get through it, and have great expectations that we've got a great opportunity again this coming Saturday.
Moving to a little basketball, the men's team held some availability this morning ahead of their second regular season game against Grambling State. We learned earlier this week that Nate Heise has been named the defensive captain of the team. Otzelberger has never given out the term defensive captain, and he thinks that Heise has really earned it.
Nate takes such a tremendous sense of pride on the defensive end and us getting stops and his competitive spirit, and felt like, we were at a point as a program where it would be more beneficial to have a guy like Nate included in that plan on the front end, help us to install that plan, increase the buy-in even from his end of it, and then for him to be able to communicate that on the court when there's dead balls, free throw situations, all those opportunities. Now he's that much more invested in that plan and making that plan work. And I know that Nate's somebody that's very headstrong and competitive. So then him putting that to play is really important. So hadn't done it before, but I think Nate really, really cares about us getting stops. So I thought it was appropriate that we make that, distinction.
It's definitely an honor to have that role. Something that in the past I might have shied away from that type of role, but as you get older, you mature, you kind of realize how important someone who can kind of lead that effort with defense. And it's good because it's something I take pride in defensively. So it's something that kind of comes natural, and then I just got to keep working on being as loud and communicate as much as possible. But it's really an honor for me.
Otz also announced the other night that the sixth starter of Iowa State is Nate Heise. It's the second year that Iowa State has used that term, of course it being Kurt Jones last season. Even with different playing styles, Heise can take notes from how Kurt handled that role.
Take from Kurt is more of a mindset thing compared to like our games are not that similar, but just the mindset that he would bring immediately. Like he came in aggressive as soon as he stepped on the court, whenever he subbed in, pretty much immediately. So those are the type of things I think I can learn from Kurt is just as soon as you step out there, it doesn't matter if you start or if you come in right away, you still get the same impact.
The men are back in Hilton Coliseum on Thursday night at 7 o'clock against Grambling State. We'll have all that coverage. The women play tonight against Southern at 6:30 at Hilton Coliseum. Rob Gray will have the coverage for us. A couple other housekeeping items. We've got a new episode of Williams and Bloom up on our Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network, as well as the second episode of the season of Let Him Cook with Dylan Kuhn and Nigel Dyson. Be sure to check those out wherever you listen to your Cyclone Fanatic podcast here in the Northwest Bank Studios, and thank you for listening to Wednesday's Daily Clone.